Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina, I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video, I'm bringing you my Partners in Cream update for, what month are we in? We're in April. So this is all the progress that I made on these products through March. I have 5 rollouts, including 2 empties. So it is going to be a big refresh again. If you want to see what products have finished and how I've gone on the rest of my products, then stay tuned. But before we get into the video, if you are new around here and you want to keep up to date on all my project pans that I'm doing this year, all those updates, then make sure you subscribe down below. And without further ado, let's jump on into the video. So very exciting. I have 5 rollouts. Of those 5, 2 of them are complete empties, which is very exciting. Let's start off with the product that is going to stay in the project. That product is my Still Magnificent Metal Glitter and Glow in Bronzed Bell. So this one I rotated in for 15 uses because I wanted to try and have a little bit more progress on it than I ordinarily do. I've used this one for 5 uses this month, which I'm very happy and I'm very proud of myself for that. So I am a third of the way there. I don't know how I'm going to go with this one, whether I will be close to having it finished by the time I do have those 15 uses completed, or whether there'll be a lot more product left in there. So I think I'm still going to gauge it, see where I'm at those 15 uses. If I think that it is close to being completely used up, I think that I'll roll this over from 15 uses to have it completely finished, and it would be a full size as well, which is exciting. So I'm going to gauge it and see if I get to the 15 uses and I think there's still a lot of product left in there. I'm going to rotate it out just for a little bit of a break because it's a lot. So let's see how we go on this one. Hopefully over the next month I can do at least another 5 uses. If I could get more than that, I would be very happy and proud of myself. But if I could just do another 5 uses, I'll be very happy because that's just keeping consistent with the 5 uses. So 10 more uses left to go on this one before we roll it out. We're doing well so far. So that is the first update. Next up is a product that I have completed my goal that I set last month, but I've decided that I'm going to change my goal. So this is my LH Cosmetics eyeliner in All Crux Flash. Now last month I set a usage goal on this one of 10 uses. I have used this one 12 times, which I am very happy with that progress. And as you'll see from my little tracking sheet, I've made a decent amount of progress on this one, probably around that centimeter mark. And I have decided that because I am enjoying this one at the moment and it is pairing well with the looks and the eyeshadows that I have spread across both my Pan Those eyeshadows and also my Project Level Up, I'm going to rotate this one over again and I'm going to change the goal from 10 uses to having it completely used up. I think I will still, though, keep tracking the uses because I would like to still at least get 10 uses every month or every update at a minimum. And that way I can kind of figure out how many uses it will take to have this one completely used up. The rate, though, that we're going, it's probably going to be maybe another 5 months if I'm only keeping consistent with 10 uses each month. So this one's going to be in for quite a while now, and we'll just keep track with how I'm going on it. Wish me luck. Hopefully it doesn't take 5 months, but I definitely think that it will be up there when it comes to how long it's going to take me to have this one completely finished. I need to pick at least one right now to try and have completely finished up before the end of the year. Otherwise it's going to get to that last quarter and I'm going to be trying to frantically have some finished up. If I don't now, I probably won't reach my goal of having at least 2 eyeliners used up this year. So I'm going to start off now while I still can. So this one's coming in to have completely used up. Next up is my complexion product. So that's my bronzer, blush, and highlight in cream. Let's start off with my bronzer. So last month I rotated in my Milk Makeup Bronzer Stick in Baked Matte Bronzer. This is just a little mini that I have in my collection. I rotated this one in for 10 uses. I have used this one a total of 13 times. You will see from my tracking sheet that I have used a decent amount, and I think if I was to keep this up, it would take me like 3.5 months to have it completely finished. So this is definitely a top candidate for maybe one that I might try and use up later in the year. And I am thinking that this will be more of a priority, just because when I leave it for too long without any use, it starts to, like, I notice a bit of a change in the formula, and I notice that it starts to dry out. So I think that this is one that I definitely want to maybe focus on in the later half of the year to try and have it completely finished up, because I do really like the formula and I don't want to waste it. I don't want it to go bad. And if I leave it for too long, I know from like just using it over this past month, when I first introduced it, it was starting to feel like it was drying out, and I had to like kind of work through those first few layers of the product before it became creamy again. So I don't want to have this one go bad before I'm able to use it up. And then the next one is my blush stick. So last month I rotated in my Nude Sticks mini Rosy Posy mini blush stick. I've used so much of this one. So I rotated this one in for 10 uses as well. I ended up using it, actually, I used the bronzer 18 times, not 13 times. I used it 18 times in total, and I ended up using the blush stick 15 times in total. And you will see from my little tracking sheet, I've used like half of this in just 1 month. When I introduced this, it had a big dome on it, and now I am able to have it completely wound down, and it is below the edge of the packaging there. This is how much is left of this one. So again, if I rotated this one back in, maybe like a month and a little bit, like a month and a week or so, and this one will be completely finished. So again, another candidate for maybe rotating back in later in the year, just because I know how easy it is to use up a lot of this like in a short period of time. So I really like the formula on this as well, and the color's really nice. I don't think I would purchase a full size though, but it was really nice to have it in my collection and use it and enjoy it while I could. And it was a freebie as well with my little Sephora, my Sephora points. So yeah, I enjoyed this one, and you'll probably see it again later in the year. But for now, it is going to rotate out. And the next one, or the last two, are the ones that I managed to completely use up. The first one was my cream highlighter. That was my Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in Moonlight. I managed to get this one completely used up with 7 uses. When I actually opened this one up and I started using it, I realized there wasn't anywhere near as much in there as I thought there was. Most of the product was just like collected around the outside. So that was like probably the biggest challenge, was trying to be able to get in there with some kind of like application, if that makes sense, to get it out. I ended up just using like a Q-tip to get in there and like rub around the sides, because my metal spatula was too big to be able to scrape it out. So I just used a Q-tip. I got it done in 7 uses, and that makes another little highlighter empty for this year, which I'm very excited about. This highlighter and the Josie Maran highlighter have been kicking around in my collection for ages. So I'm very happy to see that I finally got them done, and happy to see like 2 more little minis out of my little mini stash. Last but not least, in terms of the updates, comes from my lip liner. I was working on my Wayne Gloss lip liner in Natural Berry, and as you can see, I have it completely finished, so much so that the like little lead, like the lip liner inside, fell out. I've sharpened it to the point of no return. This one is completely finished. I really enjoyed using this lip liner. I actually really like the formula on the Wayne Gloss lip liners. I do believe that he's probably reformulating these though. I know I think he's like pulled all of his products off the shelves and he's like working on reformulating them. So that's a little bit of a shame because I did enjoy the formula, but I have like a million other lip liners in my collection at the moment that I want to get through first before I even consider repurchasing. But for now, this makes my first lip liner empty for 2024. We only have one left to go, and then I have met my goal for the year, which is very, very exciting. So that is the first lip liner empty for the year. Now let's talk about products that we are rotating in to replace those rollouts. So I am basically rolling in again like for like, as I like to do. It keeps me like in those categories and I end up having less crossovers and too many double ups across other projects. So I just like to keep it in those categories just for ease of me not getting too overwhelmed. So let's start off with bronzer. I am going to rotate back in my Fenty Cream Bronzer in Butter Biscuit. I was working on this for like the entirety of last year. I don't have too much left to go on this one. This is what we're looking like now. Since last year, I have scraped it, very poorly scraped it, but I have scraped it more into the middle there so it's a little bit easier to access. But this is what we're starting with, and I am going to rotate this one in for a completely use up. I think that maybe this might take me maybe 2 months, 2 to 3 months to have completely finished, but I'm looking forward to have this one completely used up. So I'm going to focus on it for now, and hopefully we can have it done fairly quickly. For highlighter, I am going to rotate in a product that I haven't brought into this project yet. I'm going to rotate in my Auric Glow Lust Radiant Luminizer. I have the color Selenite. I really like this product, and I think that's kind of the reason why I haven't rotated it into this project just yet. Like I've had this for maybe like 18 months now and I haven't rotated it in yet, but I thought that I don't actively use this product. I kind of always save it for a special occasion or a rainy day. So I thought rotating it into this project would give me an excuse to use it more. I am only going to rotate this in for 10 uses though. I think that's probably a good solid number. If I'm really enjoying it, I might maybe rotate it over for another 10 next month, but we're going to see how we go, and 10 uses will give me a good understanding of like figuring out what foundations that I currently have in my collection work well with this. So we'll have a little bit of a play around, or I'll have a little bit of a play around with the foundations and concealers in my collection, just trying to figure out what works well with it, and then I can use it a little bit more going forward. Especially we're coming into the winter months in Australia, so I think this might be really nice to use under foundations in winter, and that way like my foundation won't be breaking down as much or as easily, because sometimes that happens for me in the summer months with my oily skin. So that was coming in for 10 uses, and I'm also going to rotate this one in for 10 uses. This is to replace my cream blush. Now this is the Charlotte Tilbury Bohemian Kiss. This is their tinted lip and cheek tint product. So this is what the color is. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use this one just yet. Obviously, given that I'm rotating it in as a like in the blush category, my intention is to use it as a blush. But if I find that that's not how I'm enjoying using it, I might just switch it to using it on my lips. So I'm going to have a play around with this one, see how I get on with it. And if I find that like it's too luminous or like sticky, wet feeling for my cheeks, I'm just going to switch to using it on my lips. So that's the plan for that one, and I'm going to rotate it in for 10 uses. And last but not least, I'm rotating in a big challenge product. Now I'm rotating in a red lip liner. Now, as part of my yearly makeup panning goals, one of my goals was to pan a red lip liner. So I'm going to rotate this one in now. I'm hopeful that I can have this one finished, but I don't know if I want to have that as my goal just yet. So I think for now, I'm just going to rotate this one in for 10 uses. I don't think I'll be able to get the 10 uses done in just 1 month, But as we're leading up into winter, I feel like red lips just works a little bit better for me in winter. So I feel like I might get more use out of this in the coming like 6 months. So that's why I'm going to rotate it in now. Like I said, I'm going to start with 10 uses. If I find that that's really easy, I might just rotate this over for finish up. But for now, I'm just going to start with 10 because I feel like by the end of the 10, I'm going to want to break from this. So wish me luck on that one. I hope that I can make some really good progress on the length of this one in 10 uses, and we'll see how we go. So that's my last product that I'm going to rotate in. So currently I have my 2 liner products. We have the like cheek tint coming in. We have my cream Fenty bronzer coming back in, Auric Glow Lust, which I'm very excited to use, and my little Stila Magnificent Metal. So that's my 6 products that we are using over the next month. Wish me luck on these products. If you have any of these products and you love using them and how you love using them, let me know down in the comments. Actually, if you guys have tried these Charlotte Tilbury Tinted Love products, let me know how you best like to use them, because I'm going in blind with this one. So let me know down in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new around here and you want to keep up to date on all my future Project Pan updates. That's it for this video, beautiful. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.